our next community and OpenConf collaborator is Docker Athens, a community where developers and operation engineers that are using and learning about Docker come together. And with us today, we have one of the community leaders, Paris Kasidiaris. So, Paris, hello.
Hello.
Hello, Paris. Paris will tell us more about rocking remote meetups in Docker Athens. So we are really excited to hear you today, Paris.
Yep, that's right. So first of all, thanks a lot for inviting me here. I'm really happy about that. So let me share my screen to get started. Okay. So can you see my slides right now?
Yes.
All right. So let's talk today about rocking remote meetups in Docker Athens. First of all, I want to point out that I found out I have the same thing in my the same theme in my presentation with the previous speaker. So now I feel like a copycat, but I think we can overcome that. So who am I? My name is Paris Kasidiaris. I'm co-founder of that company called SourceLayer, and I am the co-organizer of the Docker Athens User Group, and I am also the co-host of that podcast called Mikri Kouvenda with my business partner, Antonis, that you can find online as well. So things first, we are not talking about virtual meetups. We don't like the word virtual in Docker Athens that, is being played around a lot these days during the Corona pandemic. We prefer to call them remote meetups because we are not simulating or try to simulate anything online. We just want to find again our identity as a meetup and try to do something new during these new circumstances. So now that we have cleared this up, let's go back on track and talk about what is the topic today. So first of all, what is the Docker Athens User Group? It's a local meetup that we started at our company in Athens in mid-2014 because we were searching for other Docker enthusiasts to exchange experiences and ideas close to us. And we've been running our physical meetups at the Cube Athens ever since, and we really hope to get back there soon. So how we got here talking about remote meetups today. So first of all, we had scheduled our next meetup for 12th of March in 2020 when COVID-19 reached Greece in late February. So at first we postponed the meetup because we really hoped that we would be able to get back on track, quite soon. But, things didn't go our side. So yeah, then we canceled all meetups and all our plans from now and then. And we did not like this, but this was the right thing to do because not only we had to protect the health of the whole community, even if we were allowed to do such events, we're pretty sure that the community wouldn't feel all right to be, a lot of people in the same room and we wouldn't enjoy it. So at first we thought about doing remote meetups, but we were not that fond of it because we believed and still believe that physical presence is key to the feeling and the vibe of meetups, and that it's important to put some effort to commute to a location where the meetup is, because this means that you already invest some effort and time to participate in that community. And then we believe also that physical boundaries, like the limits of a space, can keep this actually a community event and not a conference. And really, there's nothing bad about conferences. This is a conference right now. We like conferences. We take part in conferences, but a meetup is a community. It's something different. So we really like the physical aspect of that, even though we work remotely with our company as well. But now what? We thought, should we cease all activity of Docker Athens until we get back to some normal circumstances? Or it's time to accept the merits of remote meetups and then adapt ourselves to survive? So why now we say yes to remote meetups? First of all, the fact that we reduce physical limitations, or although this is a good thing in general, can also set us free from unwanted circumstances like long-lasting pandemics like this, or bad weather that can just ruin a meetup. So this now is not the case. The next thing is that if we do remote meetups, this already makes it accessible to more people, because not only in such situations as the current one, people can attend this. Even people with disabilities that it is hard for them to get to the space for lots of reasons can now take part in it in their own comfort, and this is important. And the other thing is that we can, if we want, so we can unlock new experiences because of this new nature of our meetups. So moving meetups online is not enough for us. We really need to rock them and provide a unique and superior experience that was not possible before in order to enjoy them. And how do we plan to do that, actually? First of all, we want to ensure the good parts of our physical meetups. First of all, we will keep everything live, happening at this moment and then gone. There will be no recordings, no asynchronous communication on this topic. I mean, of course, there can be comments afterwards and stuff, but the whole meetup is going to happen live and then boom, erased. That means that you won't have to be held accountable for anything you say, afterwards in that meetup. Exactly like this would happen in a physical location. So we want this to feel like a safe space that you can be yourself there, and then it's gone. The next thing is that we want to keep the proximity feeling between the speaker and the rest of the community, because in meetups, it's not the speaker and the audience, it's a community that at a particular moment, one of the community speaks. So we want to keep that feeling. And then we want to maintain the ability to have small conversations in multiple smaller groups, after the main flow of the event finishes. So we can have, smaller communities and teams speaking. There are a few challenges that we have to take into account. First of all is what we call before the community and the meetup feeling. We have to maintain this. We have to keep people participating in conversations. And we believe that this is a challenge when you do that remotely, because you don't have the same friction that you have with the rest of the community when you're moderating it. It can be a lot more distant. We want to keep the creation of smaller chit-chat groups, as it was mentioned before. And then we have to challenge moderation. As you also have found out in this virtual conference right now, moderating an event where anyone can literally take part from their living room is hard. And you have to do this because anyone can just join in and do malicious and bad stuff, and we don't want that. Next, we want to see the advantages of remote meetups, and we want to take advantage of these advantages. So the first of all is privacy. Although it's important to expose yourself to the community and feel like a part of it, you don't always feel like so, and it's okay. And we want to help people. I mean, if they don't want to open up the camera or show up their faces or speak, we want to let these people feel that it's okay at that time to be part of our community. Next is convenience. Even though it's important to put an effort to take part in the community, having your own convenience is also important. So we're trying to find the sweet spot between these two things. And the other one is interactivity. When we have our physical meetups, usually it goes like this. People come in, we have a presentation, we have a coffee break, then people again see a presentation, and then we drink beers, wine, pizzas, whatever. So if we make this remote and online, we can leverage new tools that are not available to the physical world to provide new experiences, like digital interactivity with the speaker, having tools that can let the community do things together at this time in real time and feel more alive than ever. So we are really trying to discover what we can do, having that in mind. So what now after talking all this? You can join our next Docker Athens meetup. So this is the first meetup that we announced after the COVID-19 pandemic came to Greece. The topic is Docker for ECS, uniform tooling from development to massively scalable production. So we're going to talk about that new integration between Docker and the Amazon Elastic Container Service, where you can easily, with the same tools you use for development, deploy your applications from your laptop to massively scalable cloud, which is super important. It's going to be hands-on, it's going to be interactive, it's going to rock the scene. I mean, it's going to be amazing. And then you can see our events at events.docker.com/Athens, and you can go there and join our next event. So that's all, folks. Thanks a lot for your time. That's all I had to share. Any questions?
So, thank you, Paris. So I have, that there is a panel right in the Inventora. So to all attendees, you can ask your questions there for every speaker. So now if you have something for Paris, you can do it right now. And Paris, I do think that everybody needs to reevaluate their meetings, and virtual meetings are, I think, something that everyone needs to reevaluate at the end. But have you thought about having any online workshops also to do, uh, except from meetups or?
Yep, exactly. That's the point. We have actually done an online Docker workshop with a company during the pandemic, and it went extremely well. And this is what actually put us into thought, and we thought that okay, we can create something new in that. So it's really important to reevaluate ourselves and what we're trying to do in our meetings, but we do not want to try to simulate what we had before, because this is gonna feel fake. We need to create something new in that, and something that's not possibly the way we were working before.
No.
Yeah, so certainly.
It's now time to innovate and to be creative. So it does give us room now, I
That's
think.
right. That's right. Now is the time. Now that
Now's
we're
the
out
time.
of the comfort zone.
Now it's the time. So thank you very much.